100 for his career in the MIAA. Coming in overall, he has 323 wins, but this will be 200 tonight if he can pull off a win against Emporia.
Could have got it against Washburn. You knew it wouldn't come easy. The MIAA is such a tough league, but hey, couldn't get it then. Let's go ahead and grab it tonight.
And it would be against a team. He started out his assistant coaching career at Emporia back several years ago before taking the head coaching job at Northwest. The tip is up and is controlled by Emporia State. They go from our right to our left with their black uniforms with the white numerals and trim. Northwest in their white uniforms with the green numerals and trim. Mayan Boom out front right side, pulls up the dribble. The big 6'10 center, hands off right for Caden Evans. Now right side for Trey Buchanan, leading them MIAA nation in scoring. Dribbles left side, high dribble, almost lost the handle on it. Looking for someone to step out. Gets it left side for Brendan Van Dyke. He drives through the lane with 2 on the shot clock. A whistle and a charge coming up on Emporia State and Van Dyke. This is Van Dyke's 7th start this season. He had been coming back after a knee injury. He missed 8 games earlier this year. Got a start against Northwest in the first meeting a couple weeks ago, and he's been in the lineup ever since as a starter. Game just underway between the circles. Alexander getting a start. Hands off to Bernard. Now right side for Hudgens. Hudgens to the free throw line. Through the lane left. Stops the little push shot. Good from 6 feet out left side. And Northwest out to a 2-0 lead. Buchanan in the front court. Dribbles with the left hand. Bounce by his high post left side. Van Dyke. Guarded by Alexander. Hands off to Buchanan. Long 3. Left side rims around and in. As Buchanan knocks down his first 3 of the game. A 3-2 game. Hornets in front of Northwest. Out front is Bernard. Will hand off out of a weave for Hudgens. Dribbles right side. Guarded by Turner. Cross court left side. Bernard through the lane. Spins. Fadeaway jumper left side. Hits the front of the rim. Rolls around and in. That shot virtually the same place that Hudgens' jumper went down. And it's a 4-3 Northwest Missouri State lead. Out front, Jamari Turner dribbles right side, looks and finds Brendan Van Dyke. Left side, Buchanan, a long 3, short rebound underneath the bucket goes to Caden Evans. The freshman dribbles in front of the Bearcat bench now. Steps back, he'll take a 3 over Alexander. That's off the front of the rim, and the rebound Northwest and Diego Bernard.
4 on 5 after the offensive rebound as Trey Buchanan ran it back on the other end, yelling for the foul.
Dreamer off the left wing, out between the circles. Hudgens looking at man-to-man defense out of Northwest. To the free throw line, steps back. He takes a long 3 over Van Dyke. Nothing but net. 5 points for Trevor early on in a 7-3 Bearcat lead and a timeout Emporia State. As head coach for Emporia State, Craig Doty, had a word for one of the officials. He goes into his huddle. We'll take a break as well. 17:55 left in the first half. It's Northwest 7, Emporia State 3. Back in 30 seconds on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media app. Support for today's Bearcat broadcast comes from the Student Body Screen Printing and Embroidery located on 4th Street in Maryville. The Student Body provides Bearcat fanwear as well as custom screen printing and embroidery for teams, clubs, and businesses throughout the Bearcat Nation.
Support for the Bearcats comes from the United Country Property Solutions, brokers Bob Carlson and Dan McChristie, serving Maryville, St. Joseph, and King City, and rural customers across the region with residential, country homes, farms, and ranches. More at ucstjoe.com.
7-3, Northwest with the early lead over Emporia State. Matt Tritton, a much different start to this game than what these two teams had the first meeting.
It was a rowdy crowd at White Auditorium in favor of Emporia. Northwest returning the favor with this crowd so far tonight, and the Bearcats feeding off it early.
And both teams struggled to score for the first 5 minutes of that first matchup. Out top the key, Turner with a shot, rims around and out. Fight for the rebound. Boom went up with the rebound, the putback, and a foul inside. Bernard will pick up the foul, his first, trying to go with that rebound with Boom. Boom at 6 feet 10 inches. Goes to the free throw line. He averages this season at 9 points a game, pulls down 5 rebounds a contest, shooting 2 here. First one is good. Boom is 71% shooter this year at the line. Officials for tonight's game, Willie Beeman along with Greg Collada and Corey Gilpin. And the second free throw good as well. 7-5 game. Northwest Missouri State in front. 17:41 left in the first half. Hudgens across midcourt, finds between the circles. Alexander hands off for Bernard. Dribbles through the lane left, knocked loose, picked up by Waters left side. He'll take it to the left wing. Now do Bernard on the left side. Boom steps out to pick him up. Goes long arms outstretched. The pass goes low post for Waters. Backs out and puts it up and in off the glass in the left low post. And Luke, again, who got a very good start against Washburn on Saturday, comes up with his first bucket of the game here tonight. Right side, Evans. Now to Boom out between the circles. Holds it and finds left side Turner. Started by Waters. Fakes right, goes left to the left baseline. Cut off by Dreamer. Comes over to help out. Steps back, looks, and passes tip. Picked up by Bernard between the circles. He'll take it across midcourt left side. Diego to the left wing. Spins between the double team. Down the lane left to the baseline. Picked up by Buchanan. Takes it in the lane. Leans in. Goes left sideline Waters to the left baseline on Evans. Now goes high post left. Dribbles into lane. Goes up and under. Move shot blocked away by Boom. Waters gets his rebound. Puts it up and in. Off the left side as well. Hangs on the rim and drops. Quite an effort by Waters. That trip down the floor. 11-5. Northwest Missouri State up with 16:24 left in the first half. Buchanan out to the top of the key. High post left side pass. Gets it to Turner. Free throw line, takes the left-handed jumper, rims around out. Boom with the board. It's off his fingertips, out of bounds, and a whistle and a foul inside. This looks to go on Northwest. And this will go on West Dreamer. That'll be number 1 on Dreamer. And this will get Boom back to the free throw line. Emporia State coming into tonight's game. 79% shooter at the free throw line. 3rd in the NCAA, 10th nationally. Both of these teams, excellent free throw shooting squads. Northwest tops in the conference at 80% and 3rd nationally. Boom's free throw good. He's 3 of 3 at the free throw line. Gage McGuire coming into the game. Also Peyton Roger Smith. Roger Smith, a shot blocker, as well as Van Dyke. Roger Smith, though, seeing his playing time diminish just a little bit as Brendan Van Dyke's playing time gets a little bit more as Boom's second free throw rims out, and the rebound goes to Northwest. Hudgens will take it across midcourt left side, out between the circles. Alexander dribbles to the right wing, hands off Dreamer. Now to Hudgens, right side. On the wing, goes cross court left side. Bernard through the lane. He drives on Buchanan, takes it back left. Waters left wide open, takes the three. Good. Waters got off to a great start against Washburn. He had 14 points in the first half. Already has 7 tonight, and it's a 14-6 Northwest Missouri State lead. Turner out between the circles. Looks left. That's to Roger Smith. Now to Buchanan through the lane. And a whistle. And a reach-in foul on Northwest. This will go on Diego. That'll be number 2 on Diego.
And the Bearcats want to come out and be physical and not let Trey Buchanan have anything easy this evening. He was 3 of 16 against Missouri Western. They kind of roughed him up. And Hugh May's the guy we know that likes to talk a little bit during games. And Diego Bernard talks a little bit too and just try to get in Trey Buchanan's head and throw him off early.
Bernard to the sideline, picking up his second quick foul. Isaiah Jackson to the game. Also, Abreu checks in for Northwest as Alexander gets a breather. Out front right side, Turner lobs it into the right corner for Roger Smith. Dribbles into the lane. Pass tipped and goes out of bounds. Waters tips it away. Pass intended in that left corner for Gage McGuire. Coach Ben McCall pointing the other direction. Thought it might have been off of the Hornets, but Emporia State will inbound in the far left corner right in front of the Bearcat bench.
It initially did point that it was Northwest ball, but the officials talked briefly. Said it did catch come off of Waters and not McGuire.
Boom with the inbound to Buchanan. 4 on the shot clock. Launches a long range three-pointer right in front of the Bearcat bench, and it's good. 14-9, Northwest Missouri State in front. Just over 15 minutes left in the first half. Dreamer between the circles, dribbles a couple times, hands off to Abreu. Takes it to the elbow left side, pulls up between the circles. Dreamer off the left side. Hudgens, long 3 from the left sideline is good. Hudgens with 8. 17-9, Northwest up. Just under 15 minutes in this first half. Buchanan met by Isaiah Jackson up front. Goes behind the back with the dribble. Drives on Jackson in a double team with Abreu. Off the right side now, McGuire. Free throw line jumper. Banks it and hits it. Gage McGuire off the bench. Banks in the shot, and it's the 17-11 Northwest Missouri State lead. Cross midcourt left side. Hudgens now to Dreamer. Hands off Abreu. Again, weaving it out on the perimeter. Hudgens fakes left, goes right. Chest pass top the key. Dreamer left side. Jackson left wide. Open. The 3 rims out. And the rebound underneath the bucket to Buchanan. And here comes the Hornets on the fast break. Buchanan left side. Turner. Has it knocked away by Hudgens, and it goes out of bounds and will belong to Emporia State. Hudgens says it was tipped off of Buchanan, but let's see, I believe the Hornets will have it when we come out after a break. 13:58 left in the first half. Northwest Missouri State 17, Emporia State 11. Back after this 90-second timeout on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media app.
Support for the Bearcats comes from the Bearcat Bookstore and the Spirit Shop, supplying game day apparel for men, women, and kids, as well as gifts, accessories, and Northwest logo items. The Union location opens at 10 a.m. on game day. More at nwmissouri.bncollege.com.
Today's game is brought to you by local internet provider United Fiber, providing a variety of fiber-fast internet plans for residents and businesses with speeds up to 1 gig. More information is available online at unitedfiber.com. Support for the Bearcats comes from Sure Ag LLC in Forest City. Rich, Paxton, and the Sure Ag team provide the region with fertilizer, chemicals, and other farm supplies. More info on Sure Ag products and service at 660-446-3376.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Eckerd's Home Improvement in Stanberry, serving the community for more than 50 years. Eckerd's can assist in kitchen and bathroom remodels and offers tile, hardwood, or carpet options. The Design Center's open Monday through Saturday and online at eckardsflooring.com.
Today's broadcast is underwritten by A&G Restaurant at 208 North Main in Maryville. A&G offers more than 100 menu items, Greek night every Friday, banquet rooms, and more. For additional information, agrestaurant.com.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from the Maryville Forum. For over 150 years, the Forum served the area with local news, sports, and information in print or online at maryvilleforum.com. More at 660-562-2424.
Gage McGuire to inbound out of this timeout right in front of the Bearcat bench. Gets the inbound to Trey Buchanan. Northwest in front 17-11. First half with 13:51 left in the half. Boom out front. Hands off left side. Buchanan dribbles out right with 9 seconds on the shot clock. High post right side pass. Roger Smith looks low right. McGuire spins right side over Waters. Banks it. Misses it. Fight for the board on the baseline. Out of bounds. It's off of Roger Smith. It will belong to Northwest. One thing that Bearcat head coach Ben McCollum talked about in a pregame interview, wanting his players to have a little more fun out on the floor, and I think they're doing it early in this one, playing it maybe a little more relaxed than they have the last couple of games. Hudgens out between the circles, finds Streamer, dribbles a couple times, hands off to Abreu out of that weave, goes with the chest pass left wing. Hudgens a long three, misses off the left side of the rim, fight for the board on the baseline, out of bounds off Abreu, fighting for that rebound with Peyton Roger-Smith. 6-point Bearcat lead, 13-18 left in the half. Brendan Van Dyke back into the game as Peyton Roger-Smith go to the sideline. Both of those two shot block specialists. This Emporia State team leading the conference in block shots. Buchanan across midcourt, dribbles through the Bearcat logo at midcourt, guarded by Jackson. Lobs a pass left, Turner. Dribbles a couple times, finds Boom out top of the key, takes it to the free throw line, down the lane, left side, lobs it back out left, Turner. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Turner down the lane. Fade away over Abreu. Misses. Then slam dunk by Van Dyke off the rebound on the right side. He had a number of slams against Northwest the first meeting.
Yeah, and he's a guy that can get up and throw it down in a big way. And trying to spark Emporia State right now, down just 4.
17-13. Northwest in front. Dreamer with the dribble. Finds Abreu. Out between the circles. Dribbles left side. Now to Hudgens near midcourt. Shot clock at 10 seconds. Dribbles right, steps back over, Boom, the three is good. He had to take that one over the outstretched arms of the 6'10" Mayan. Boom, and got it to go.
3 of 4 from three-point range to start this one. He is 3 of 10 in that loss to Washburn Saturday. Trevor looks like he's feeling better already.
20-13, Northwest in front. Boom in the left corner for the Hornets. Dribbles as he backpedals low post left side into a triple team. Kicks it to Van Dyke. Low left side, Boom spins. A right-handed hook in the lane. Rims around and in. Boom with 5 points early in this one. He picked up some early fouls against Northwest the first meeting. Didn't get an awful lot of playing time. Cats up by 5, 20-15. Hudgens out near midcourt. Met by Turner. Finds Abreu in front of the scorer's table off the right side. Now Jackson. It's giving him a lot of room offensively. Dribbles to the right wing. Down the lane right with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Takes it into lane. Spins left. Kicks it left side. Pass deflected. Goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Northwest with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Mason Thiessen in as Boom goes to the sideline. Thiessen also at 6'10". He's a guy that can block some shots as well. So 2 seconds on the shot clock as Jackson inbound left sideline in left corner. Hudgens a long three on the way, hits the side of the backboard. Shot clock sounds, and the ball goes to Emporia State.
Trevor heads it back the other end, a little bit of a smile, knowing that not exactly where he wanted to put that one up to, but you mentioned going out here, having more fun, playing a little more loose, and misses off the side of the backboard. Doesn't get angry, just kind of laughs it off and goes back to playing defense.
Buchanan out to the top of the key. Thiessen looks left side. McGuire to the free throw line with the dribble. Into the right corner, Van Dyke. Dribbles once, hands off Buchanan. Guarded by Isaiah Jackson, one of the better defenders for Northwest. Top the key, Van Dyke from three-point range. It's good. Again, he likes to go with the slam dunks, but he steps out and knocks down a three there. That's just his 9th three-pointer of the season. It's a 2-point game. Northwest up 20-18. Into the front court, Hudgens dribbles right side in front of the scorer's table. Gets it to Waters. Top the key, Abreu. Looks left side on the wing, Hudgens. Top the key, Jackson. Left side, Dreamer. Thought about the three. Dribbles to the free throw line on Turner. Now to Abreu, left wing. Shot clock at 6. Out front is Dreamer. Now to Hudgens. Shot clock at 2. Along between the circles. 3 is blocked away and comes up short. And is picked up by Buchanan. Behind the back with the dribble. But behind him was Isaiah Jackson with the steal. And he's fouled from behind by Turner.
Great hustle there by Isaiah. It looked like Trey Buchanan just trying to push this one, and Isaiah kind of sneaks up from behind, and they talk about that elite defender that he is. Makes a big play there.
As Buchanan had no idea he was right behind him, went with that behind-the-back dribble and an easy steal. Abreu to the sideline. Mascari into the game now for Northwest. (20-18), Northwest Missouri State in front. Out between the circles, finds Waters, right side Mascari. Fakes right, goes left with the dribble. Bounce pass between the circles, Dreamer, and whistle. And away from the ball, foul underneath the bucket. This will go on Luke Waters, picking up his first. 4th team foul on the Bearcats. Emporia State with just 2 fouls in this first half. Emporia team that doesn't foul all that often. Across the timeline is Buchanan, dribbles left side. Out between the circles, guarded by Jackson, who stays right with him. He goes down the lane right side. Trevor Hudgens comes over on the help side on the play, but behind with the push will go Isaiah Jackson, picking up his first foul. Emporia will inbound, baseline right. Buchanan will trigger it in. Looking to get the inbound and does into the right corner. Turner takes the jumper from 10 right side. Nothing but net. That's his first bucket of the game. Turner comes in averaging 20.5 points per game. He had 20 points against Northwest in the first meeting. Off the right side, Dreamer finds Mascari through the lane to the left corner. Jackson left wide open. The 3 rims around and out. Buchanan with the rebound for Emporia State. Across the timeline, dribbles left side on the wing for Caden Evans. Left side, Buchanan. Now behind the back with the dribble, steps back, a 3 over Jackson off the front of the rim. The long rebound goes to Thiessen at the top of the key. Right side, Evans into the right corner. A long 3 put up, and it takes a high bounce off the rim and in by Van Dyke.
Shooters rolled there by Van Dyke, and Coach Mack needs a timeout.
9:20 left in the first half. The Hornets in front, 23-20 over Northwest. We'll be back right after this 30-second timeout on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Losh Optometry in Maryville. Dr. Ryan Losh and his staff provide patients with eye exams, eyeglasses, contacts, and sunglasses. Dr. Losh is also available after hours for emergencies. More information at 660-241-5001.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from Millen Dinsdale Seed Company in Maryville and Oregon. Representing Golden Harvest corn and NK soybeans, Millen Dinsdale reminds you that there are no practice fields in farming. More at millendinsdaleseed.com.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Tiffany Care Centers. For 40 years, Tiffany has been caring for the people of Northwest Missouri at their nursing and rehab centers in Oregon, Maryville, Mound City, or Rockport. More at tiffanycare.com.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from Mosaic Medical Center, Maryville, a proud supporter of Northwest Missouri State University, providing sports medicine services for Bearcat athletics. More information at mymlc.com/Maryville.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Northwest Cell on South Main in Maryville, celebrating 30 years of service. Along with nationwide coverage, Northwest Cell offers a wide selection of features, including unlimited plans. For more details on plans and devices, nwmcell.com.
Support for today's broadcast comes from Bearcat Lumber on East 1st Street in Maryville, providing windows, roofing, siding, and doors for new home construction, as well as materials and plans for outbuildings, shops, and garages. More Bearcat Lumber services is at 660-562-0300. Out of the timeout, Byron Alexander back in the game for Northwest. Cats down 23-20 as Emporia State right now on a 10-0 run. Across the timeline, Hudgens for Northwest finds Mascari in front of the scores table on the right side. Dribbles out between the circles, picked up by Van Dyke out of the Hornets. Man-to-man defense, drives through the lane, dishes baseline right for Alexander. As he does, a foul. Mascari will get called for the charge.
Well, Emporia on a roll right now. Northwest was up 20-13. But over the last about 3 minutes, Emporia's gone on a 10-0 run and kind of shifted things a little bit. Some big threes by Trevor Hudgens. The crowd was in it, but Emporia's done a nice job of quieting things down.
Officials now will wipe up some perspiration underneath the Northwest bucket to our right. And as we look in the crowd here, again, a packed house here at Bearcat Arena. A few former Bearcat greats here tonight.
All sitting together right there. Ryan Hawkins, who's now playing for Creighton basketball up in Omaha. Ryan Welty, Derek Lang. So a trio of guys that know what it takes to win some hardware.
No doubt about that. 23-20. Hornets in front of Northwest here with 8:58 left. High post right side. Van Dyke guarded by Waters. Between the circles, Thiessen. Now left side, Buchanan. Ball knocked loose by Hudgens. Buchanan controls. Goes back out toward the scores table off the left side. Now drives left wing. Left corner, Turner. He's guarded by Alexander. Doubles the right hand through the lane. A little right-handed runner is good by Turner. Kamari Turner with 4 points. He had 29 points before fouling out against Missouri Western on Saturday evening. 5-point Emporia State lead over Northwest. Right side, Dreamer. Hudgens on the right wing. Backpedals with the dribble as Van Dyke steps out to pick him up. Cross-court left side, Mascari into the left corner, Dreamer. Dribbles at the elbow left, top the key, Mascari. Bounce pass right side, Hudgens. Shot clock at 6 seconds. Steps back, right corner, Mascari from three-point range. Takes a high bounce off the rim. Rebound. Pulled away by Thiessen. Now to Buchanan. Now to Turner down the left sideline to the left wing. Dribbles back out. Goes between the circles. Right side, Buchanan. Long pass into the right corner, Van Dyke. Dribbles at the elbow right side. Through the lane left side. Thiessen from three-point range in front of the Bearcat bench. Rims around and out. Hudgens with the rebound for Northwest. Cats down by 5 across the timeline. Hudgens goes. Northwest been held scoreless for 4.5 minutes. Hudgens, cross-court right side, Mascari. 7:36 left in the first half. Between the circles with the dribble to left side. Now to the top of the key, Alexander to Hudgens with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Dribbles right. Now back out. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Hudgens is bumped out front by Turner and a foul. This will be Turner's second foul. Cast down by 5, 25-20. Just the third team foul on the Hornets, so Northwest will inbound. Off the right sideline, Waters and Mascari go to the sideline. Abreu and Luke Mustakis into the ball game. And that gets Gage McGuire off the bench for the Hornets to take the place of Turner.
And that foul by Turner gets him on the bench with 2, but also bails the Bearcats out. 3 seconds on the shot clock when that whistle blew, so the Bearcats will get 20 up as they inbound on the sideline.
Dreamer with the inbound, gets it to Hudgens. Top of the key with the dribble, right side, Mustakis. He can score in a hurry. Pulls up the dribble right. Now to Alexander on the right wing. 9 on the shot clock. Dribbles low right side. Takes it into the lane on Buchanan. Left side, Mustakis in the left corner. 3. Got it. Nothing good in. Mustakis, fresh off the bench, knocks down the 3. Pulls the Bearcats to within 2. 6:52 left in the first half. Buchanan dribbles right side. He'll take a long 3. Rattles out. Alexander in the lane with the rebound. Gets it to Hudgens. Coach McCullum telling the team to push it down the floor. Hudgens to the left wing. Accelerates through the lane. Kicks it left corner. Mustakis from three-point range again. It's good.
Fist pump there from Coach Mack on the sideline. He is fired up as the Bearcats. A 12-0 run for ESU, and Northwest is right back in front.
26-25. We see Mustakas knocked down, I think one time, 14 points in about 7 minutes of play against UCM. Knocked down his first two here into the left corner. Thiessen now to Buchanan left side. Bearcat fans making some noise. Buchanan through the lane, falls to the floor, a whistle, and a foul on Northwest. We're going to give this one on Trevor as Buchanan went down through the lane. Number one on Hudgens. 7th team foul on Northwest. And this will get Trey Buchanan to the free throw line. As Turner checks in, McGuire will go to the sideline.
Well, those threes by Mustakas got this crowd back in and everybody fired up. We look back on February 8th when Northwest was at White Auditorium taking on Emporia. Luke Mustakas played 2 minutes. Late in that basketball game, the garbage time, it was decided. He stepped in there, didn't really register a stat at all in that game. All of a sudden, plays about 2 minutes here tonight and a couple big threes to make this one a tight ball game once again.
Buchanan hits the first free throw. The second one takes a high bounce off the rim and a foul on Thiessen reaching over Mustakas, trying to tip it in over Mustakas' shoulder. And Thiessen will pick up his first foul. A rare miss at the free throw line for Buchanan, who's an 85% shooter from there this season. We're tied up at 26 as Abreu comes into the game. Northwest with Alexander, along with Hudgens, will bring it across midcourt left side. Mustakas and Dreamer on the floor. Off the right side, Hudgens on the wing. Fakes left, goes right. Out front, Dreamer. Quick pass left side, Mustakas. Now to Dreamer between the circles. And a whistle. And a reach-in foul coming up. Let's go on Tyreek Robinson, who had just checked into the game. He'll pick up his first foul. Robinson played 7 minutes against Northwest in the first meeting. He had 2 points. Tied up at 26. Right baseline with the inbound. Alexander posting up with Buchanan. Takes it into the lane. Little shot fake. Goes right side. Up and in off the glass. Byron Alexander knocks it down. Quickly Buchanan down the floor to the top of the key. Left side, McGuire. Pivots, now dribbles with the right hand, switches to the left, going down the lane left. In the left corner for Robinson. Out front, Van Dyke dribbles down the lane right side, banks it, and hits it. Brendan Van Dyke in double figures with 10 points. And we're tied up at 28 with 5:23 left in the first half. Hudgens, left side, Alexander. Between the circles, Mustakas, who's guarded by Robinson. Hands off right, Hudgens. Dribbles with the right hand. Steps back, a long three on the way. Misses a little too hard. Rebound on the sideline. Hustling after on the left side is Alexander for Northwest. Good hustle by Byron. Between the circles for Dreamer. Dribbles with the left hand a couple times. Off to the left wing. Hands off Hudgens. He's now guarded by Evans. Checked off now by McGuire. 6 on the shot clock to the right baseline. Now front left side Dreamer. A long three on the way. Misses, and the rebound on the floor to Emporia State and Gage McGuire. Now to Buchanan to the top of the key. Dribbles left side toward the left corner. Looks into the lane. Robinson kicks it right side. Van Dyke from three-point range. Good.
Boy, Brandon Van Dyke is having himself a first half, isn't he?
13 points, and he came in just 8 of 22 on threes, and he's knocked down 3 in this first half. 31-28. Northwest Missouri State in front. Hudgens bounce pass, left side Mustakas. And a whistle and a foul out on the perimeter. This will go on Tyreek Robinson, picking up his second as we have a break in the action. 4:16 left in the half. It's Northwest Missouri State 28, Emporia State 31. Again, 31-28. Emporia State with the lead. Back in 90 seconds on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media app. Support for today's broadcast comes from Ziegler Ag Equipment. Ziegler carries a full line of ag machinery, including Fendt combines, tractors, and rogators, Massey Ferguson tractors and planters, Kloss combines, and more. For more information, ZIEGLER ag.com.
Today's game is underwritten by the Northwest Foundation, providing support for the Northwest Alumni Association and the university's funding needs since 1971. More information is available on Facebook or at nwmissouri.edu/foundation.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network is provided by the Monks of Conception Abbey, praising God and serving the Northwest Missouri community since 1873 through ministries within the Abbey Guest Center, Conception Seminary College, and the Printery House. More at conceptionabbey.org.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Bearcat Booster Club, impacting every Northwest student athlete by providing a source of funds to improve athletic equipment for teams and programs. Membership information is available at bearcatsports.com.
Support for today's game comes from Jake's Steakhouse and Sports Bar on Edmond Street in St. Joseph. Jake's offers a variety of burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, while also providing a place for fans to catch a game. More from Jake's is available at jakesstjoe.com.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Gardner Family Dentistry. Dr. Jeffrey Gardner and his staff specialize in treating the whole family and offer a variety of services, including general dentistry, crowns, implants, and more. Gardner Family Dentistry welcomes new patients. More information at maryvillesmiles.com.
Northwest down 31-28. They've got the ball coming out of the timeout with 4:10 left in the first half. Matt Trenton, I'm John Coffey. Our studio engineer is Stephen Mers. Hudgens dribbles to the left side with 8 seconds on the shot clock to Dreamer. Right back to Hudgens' left wing to the left elbow. Back pedals out. Thought about the three. Now takes it over Van Dyke. It's short rebound underneath the bucket and the shot clock sounds. 31-28. Emporia State in front of Northwest. Emporia State using a 12-0 run earlier in this half to take the lead. Cats regained it briefly, but Emporia back up 31-28. And to the right corner, Van Dyke, another three. It's good. Where's this coming from?
He is 6 for 6 from the field, but we have a foul also. Might be after the bucket, but boom, knocks Wes Dreamer to the ground right under the hoop. And they will count the bucket.
And Boom will pick up the foul. 17th foul, so Dreamer coming to the other end. He'll be shooting a 1-and-1. West so far has been held scoreless.
West Dreamer to the line for a 1-and-1.
But boy, will Brendan Van Dyke ever miss again? I mean, he is red hot.
You know, normally you see him with some slam dunks. He had a number of impressive two-handed slams against Northwest in the first meeting. He had one here tonight, but he's knocking him down from the perimeter. As Dreamer hits the first free throw, we'll have a second. 34-29, Hornets in front of Northwest. West's second free throw good. So Cats take advantage of the foul that Boom committed on Dreamer underneath the Emporia State bucket. Emporia with it. Off the right side is Caden Evans. Freshman dribbles to the right wing, spins down the lane right. Bounce pass into the right corner. Van Dyke, he'll bring it out right side and down the lane. Expires the dribble on Abreu. Passes off the back of Alexander, who knocks it away and picked up by Dreamer. Now to Hudgens. Across the midcourt line off the right side. Finds Mustakas, right corner three. That one misses too hard, and it rebound inside for Brendan Van Dyke. Off the left side for Buchanan. Steps back at the top of the key, expires the dribble. Cross-court right side, Turner, who's playing with a couple of fouls. Now guarded by Abreu. He'll take the long three off the rim. Rebound and a reach-over foul on Van Dyke. Alexander that time had the position. Van Dyke reaching over, commits his second foul. And it'll be free throws at the other end for the Bearcats again.
And not good for Emporia either. A guy that's been red hot, leading all scorers so far with 16. Brendan Van Dyke has to go to the bench.
And Peyton Rogers-Smith comes in. Rogers-Smith has started 15 games this season until Van Dyke got back healthy. And Van Dyke since has been starting in that same spot. At the free throw line, Byron Alexander. Byron this year a 59% shooter at the free throw line. First one here, line drive is good. 3 points for Byron. Getting his third straight start, fourth overall for Northwest. 34-31, Northwest Missouri State trailing. Second one. Hits the front of the rim, rolls out left, and West on a foul. This will be on Abreu reaching over, trying to come up with the board off that missed free throw as Peyton Rogers-Smith had the position inside. Mascari in for Northwest as Alexander goes to the sideline. And that's the 18th foul on Northwest, so they'll be shooting free throws at the other end now. Peyton Rogers-Smith goes to the free throw line. Rogers-Smith, only a 45% shooter at the charity stripe. This one is good. Because I mentioned overall, though, this is a very good shooting free throw shooting team in Emporia State. 35-31, Hornets in front of Northwest. Rogers-Smith, second one, misses too hard, and Dreamer comes away with the rebound for Northwest. 35-31. Northwest trails. 2:48 left in the first half. Hudgens hands off to Mascari. Now to Mistakis out between the circles. Luke, a freshman, goes across court left. Dreamer lobs it low for Abreu over his head and will go off of Gage McGuire out of bounds. It belonged to Northwest. Cats getting a bit of a break here. Pass a little bit overthrown. So now the Bearcats will inbound baseline left. 12 seconds on the shot clock as Mascari races over to inbound for the Cats. Inbound comes to Abreu. Picked up by McGuire. Right to left baseline, past McGuire. Little shot fake, and a shot on the right side is good. Abreu knocks it down. That's, again, something that Coach McCollum talked about in the pregame interview, wanting to see this team take a few more shot fakes against an Emporia State team that's a very good shot blocking team, but they buy on a lot of the first looks. And that time, a shot fake ended up getting Abreu a good look at the bucket. Low left side, boom. Posting up with the freshman Mistakis and a whistle and a foul. This will come up on Luke. And Luke will pick up his first. And as Boom goes to the free throw line, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Bearcat Radio Network.
You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on KXCV Maryville, KRNW Chillicothe, the flagship stations of the Bearcat Radio Network.
First free throw is good by Mayim Boom. And he is 4 of 4 at the free throw line. 36-33 game. Northwest trailing. Second free throw too hard, and Hudgens has the rebound for the Bearcats. A 36-33 game. Northwest could tie it up with a three this trip down. Mascari looks right side. Hudgens, who's guarded by Evans. Out front left, Abreu. Tries to the free throw line, spins into the lane. Needs some help here. Needs some help, and instead will get called in the lane for a 3-second violation. Just got caught in the lane, pulled up his dribble, and didn't have anyone to throw it to. 1:49 left in the half. Northwest down by 3. Trey Buchanan will take it across midcourt. Looks and finds Turner between the circles. Right side is Roger Smith. Now to Turner toward the right corner. Underneath the bucket, finds Roger Smith. Pass in the lane, knocked away, picked up by Abreu for Northwest. Cats again with a chance to tie this trip down. A minute and a half left. Hudgens with the dribble off the right wing. Guarded by Boom, who comes out on him as Hudgens pulls up the dribble. Now to Mistakis. Dribbles into lane, out from Mascari. Quick pass to Abreu, left wing, three, got it. Abreu with his first three of the game, and Northwest Missouri stayed in front. Now rather tied at 36. We're tied at 36.
Just gave a little motion like he's going to throw that one to Dreamer in the corner. Gave him enough space. He knocked down the three.
Turner on the left side. Bearcat fans making noise. Dribbles the left baseline. Underneath the bucket right side with Roger Smith. A couple of shot fakes. Misses the shot, and the rebound Dreamer for Northwest. Now to Hudgens, pushing it down the floor. Off the right sideline. Dribbles to the right wing. Backpedals. Looks into the right corner. Abreu. He'll take it into the lane. Spins left. Up with a lean-in shot off the front of the rim. No, fights for his rebound. It's off the leg of Evans, out of bounds, and belongs to Northwest.
Even in a play where maybe it's not the most well executed by Daniel Abreu, he's always just going 110 miles per hour every play, giving it his all. And that one just fired that second chance and got that one to bounce off of Emporia State and keep it for the Bearcats for another 20 seconds.
McGuire and Thiessen ended the game. Evans to the sideline. As the inbound will go off the right baseline. As Mascari lobs it all the way out front for Mistakis, and now finds Hudgens. Again, man-to-man defense out of the Hornets with 30 seconds left in the half. 12 on the shot clock. Mistakis hands off to Hudgens. Picked up by Turner, and a long three by Hudgens. Rims around and out. Rebound Thiessen for Emporia State with 20 seconds left in the half. He'll slowly bring it across midcourt. Hornets looking for the last shot of this half. Bearcat fans on their feet. Hornets spreading out their offense. Turner between the circles. Now Abreu and Mascari step out to pick him up out of a double team. The pass is stolen. It's picked up by Abreu to the bucket, and the shot at the buzzer rims out. As a great defensive play by Abreu, but just couldn't get it to fall with the clock winding down. We'll go with the locker room at halftime, all tied Northwest Missouri State 36 and Emporia State 36. Back with more right after this 90-second timeout on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media app.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from Consumers Oil Company in Maryville. Since 1928, Consumers has been supporting farmers in Northwest Missouri by providing refined fuels, feeds, and propane. More information at consumersoilmaryville.com. Today's game is brought to you by East Hill Shopping Center in St. Joseph, now offering retail and entertainment spaces for startups, seasonal businesses, and beyond. For more
starting lineup here, actually a little bit of a change in the starting lineup as Daniel Abreu will be starting this second half, but Diego Bernard back out there. He sat through a lot of the first half after picking up a couple of fouls. He'll be at a guard spot along with Trevor Hudgens. It's along the front line for Northwest, Dreamer, Abreu, and Waters. And the Cats will start with the ball as they go from our right to our left. Dreamer out between the circles, finds Waters, looks left side, Bernard. Down the lane left, he goes into the block, out to the top left side, Waters. Waters, a jump stop in the lane, leans in, up with the shot short, fights for the board, comes down with it, one dribble, kicks it right side, Dreamer. Now to Abreu, left side, Hudgens, a little shot fake in the left corner, Bernard to the left baseline, cut off. Drives on Van Dyke in the lane, a little fade away off the left side, good. As Diego knocks down the first bucket of this second half and gives the Bearcats a 2-point lead. Diego got into some foul trouble against Emporia the first time around and eventually fouled out of that game. Out top the key is Buchanan, misses the shot. A long rebound left side. Waters chases it for Northwest. Gets it to Hudgens, and he'll take it across midcourt left side. Slows things up as the Hornets back on defense. Out between the circles, Dreamer with one dribble, hands off, gets it to Bernard. He goes down the lane left side, a little shot fake, kicks it, and the pass is stolen by Boom. It was intended for Waters out on the perimeter. Boom steals the pass out to the top of the key. Buchanan through the lane, dribbles off the right wing. Out front, right side, Turner. As he goes driving right, a reach-in foul coming up on Northwest, and Luke Waters will pick up his second foul, team's first here in the second half. 38-36, Northwest Missouri State lead over Emporia State. As Caden Evans inbounds, gets it to Buchanan. Off the left side, Turner. Waters on him out of the Bearcat man-to-man defense. Now Evans out front, long three, rims out right, a whistle and a foul. Dreamer fighting for the board with Boom inside, and West will pick up the foul. That'll be West's second foul. And now the Hornets will inbound baseline right. Second half just underway. Inbound comes to Boom, who hands off Buchanan. Slips, keeps his dribble, goes into lane, dishes the left side for Van Dyke. And there's that patented two-handed slam by Brendan Van Dyke. He has had a heck of a game so far. And it's a 38-38 game, Northwest Missouri State and Emporia State. Out front, Abreu between the circles, gives it to Hudgens, who dribbles right now, left through the lane. Little shot fake, spins. Out front, Dreamer. He'll take it to the free throw line. Hand off to Bernard through the lane, high off the glass and good. Up and over the outstretched arms of Van Dyke. 6 points for Diego. 40-38, Northwest Missouri State. 17:53 left in the game. Off of the right side, Buchanan. Now to Boom out front. Looks left side, Turner. Drives on Waters to the free throw line. Now the elbow right side. Cross court left for Evans. Between the circles, Turner. Left side, Evans. Low left, Boom. Posting up with Dreamer. Dribbles into the lane. Spins. Right-handed hook. Good. That's a tough move by Mayim Boom. 8 points for Boom, and it's a 40-40 game. These two teams trading buckets early in this second half. Hudgens across midcourt. Out front. Looks right side of Abreu. Now to Bernard on the right sideline. Between the circles, Dreamer. Pulls the ball high over his head. High post right, Abreu. Knocked away from behind by Buchanan. Picked up by Turner. Across midcourt left side for the Hornets. Turner accelerates down the lane left. A bump with Bernard, and I think Diego will pick up foul number 3.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Schneider quickly going to the bench, getting Mitch Mascari up to go to the scorer's table. And Diego's going to have to sit quite a bit more now. Only played it 7 minutes so far in this basketball game as he got in foul trouble early in that first half.
Buchanan with the inbound, left sideline for Boom. Back to Buchanan in the left corner, guarded by Hudgens. Drives past Hudgens to the baseline, cut off by Dreamer. And as Dreamer steps out, we're going to call for a blocking foul. Not a popular call among the Bearcat faithful here at Bearcat Arena, but Dreamer will pick up the foul.
It looked like he might have been a little bit late sliding over there as he tried to get in there and get himself set to draw that charge. So it's one of those, if it goes the other way, then Emporia State has a pretty good argument their way too. So,
and that's a big foul. Dreamer picks up his third. So within a matter of seconds, both Bernard and Dreamer pick up their third foul. Luke Moustakas in the game for Northwest. He gave the Cats a couple of moments in the first half where he knocked down a couple of threes. We're tied up at 40. A long way to go in this one. 16:53 left. Northwest coming off a 60-59 loss to Washburn on Saturday. The Hornets also coming off a loss as Missouri Western defeated Emporia State 80-75. Tariq Robinson into the game. Boom goes to the sideline. Inbound at the elbow, left side, Van Dyke. Out front, finds Turner. Turner at the free throw line, turns, drives on Waters through the lane, lost his dribble, goes out of bounds to the long two Northwest. Tied up at 40. Cats will get it off the turnover. Hudgens turns and will dribble across midcourt right side. Northwest in this second half from our right to our left. Moustakas out between the circles. Left side Waters, and a reach-in foul by Rick Robinson will pick up his third foul. Robinson, a wide receiver on the Emporia State football team. Talked about the number of players inside for Emporia State that have the ability to slam dunk. Tyreek Robinson won the dunk contest at Emporia State at the late night at White Auditorium at the start of the season. Impressive when you look at the rest of this lineup for the Hornets. Off the left side, Hudgens in the lane. Abreu spins left side. We're going to call a charge on Abreu. He spins around as Buchanan goes to the floor. Abreu will pick up his first foul.
Well, a little bit similar to the other end where Wes Dreamer didn't really get there in time to have his feet set to draw that charge. He got called for the block. It kind of felt the same on this end where maybe Buchanan didn't have those feet set, but he got the call from a different official. So it's one of those things that just kind of based on where you're standing, how you see it, the angle, so much happening, it happens quick.
We're tied up at 40. Buchanan will take the inbound as he takes it from Caden Evans, and will go across the timeline to the top of the key. Accelerates down the lane through traffic, up with a shot. A whistle and a travel violation as Buchanan went driving down the lane right side. Still tied at 40. See if Northwest can take advantage of this turnover. 16-20 left in this game. Hudgens across midcourt off the left side. Drives on Evans to the top of the key. Steps back. Wants the three. It rims around and out. The tip and a tip by Moustakas misses. Abreu in the lane with the rebound. Kicks to the left side. Mascari from three-point range. It rattles around and out. Ball loose in the lane. On the floor. Van Dyke comes away with it. Gets it to Boom. And now to Buchanan. Back to Boom on the fast break. Up with a shot at the glass. Good and a foul. Emporia State working the fast break. And the foul on Northwest, and Mitch Mascari picking up his second, getting Mayan Boom to the free throw line.
And a tough spot to be in, too, for Mascari and Hudgens as Moustakas, Waters, and Abreu all fighting for that loose ball and fell to the floor on one end. Emporia State had a 4-on-2, and Buchanan found Boom and able to get the layup and stayed strong with it as he took the foul.
At the free throw line, it comes up short. Abreu with the rebound for Northwest. Boom with 10 points tonight. Had 2 points against Missouri Western. It didn't score against Northwest in the first meeting, but in that first meeting, he got into some early foul trouble. 42-40, Emporia State lead over Northwest. Hudgens between the circles, long pass to the left corner. Abreu drives to the left baseline. Got Van Dyke up in the air. He came down on Abreu, and Van Dyke picks up the foul.
That was a heck of a play, too, there by Abreu to get Van Dyke in the air, know that he could initiate that contact as he tried to go baseline and get the foul called. That's number 3 on Brendan.
He goes to the sideline. Gage McGuire back in the game for Emporia State. He got several minutes in the first half. Mascari to inbound in the far left corner for Northwest. Gets it to Abreu in front of the Bearcat bench, and a reach-in foul on Gage McGuire just checked in. That's number 1 on Gage. Third team foul on the Hornets. Northwest already has 6 team fouls. We got 15:32 left to go in the game. There may be some free throws at the end for both of these teams. Hudgens At the inbound off the left side in front of the scores table. Goes cross-court right side, Waters, who drives with the left-handed dribble to the elbow left side. Back out front right side, Mascari. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Mascari out between the circles. Abreu launches the long three. It's a little too hard. The long rebound at the free throw line comes down to Evans. He brings it right side for McGuire. Top of the key, Buchanan. Back to McGuire, right wing with a shot fake. Looks low right side. Boom. Underneath bucket. Leans back out and slams it down with 2 hands. 12 points for Boom, and it's a 44-40 Hornet lead over Northwest. Just under 15 minutes left in the game. Hudgens looks over the Bearcats sideline and now will dribble across the timeline. Northwest could use a bucket this trip down. They've been held scoreless for over 3 minutes. Out front right side is Mustakis. Now to Mascari. And away from the ball, a foul. Boom, I think will get called for the foul. Posting up with Abreu. And for Boom, that will be foul number 2. Team foul number 4. And breaking the action with 14:39 left in the game. It's Emporia State 44, Northwest Missouri State 40. Back in 90 seconds on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media app.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Tiffany Care Centers. Recovering from a sports injury, surgery, or accident is hard. Tiffany Care Centers Rehab offers one-on-one individualized speech, occupational, and physical therapy to help patients get back on their feet. More at tiffanycare.com.
Support for today's game comes from Compass Dental Group, introducing Dr. Spencer Twaddle to the office at East Summit Drive as he joins Drs. Bruce Twaddle and Brian Viertaler. Compass Dental Group proudly supports Bearcat Athletics. More information is at compassdentalgroup.com.
Today's game is brought to you by local internet provider United Fiber, providing a variety of fiber-fast internet plans for residents and businesses with speeds up to 1 gig. More information is available online at unitedfiber.com.
Today's broadcast is underwritten by Tri-State Ford Lincoln on South Main in Maryville, providing a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs to customers across the Midwest, along with a service department and vehicle detailing on site. For more information, TriStateFordMaryville.com.
Support for today's game comes from Heinlein Home Furnishings on South Main in Maryville. Locally owned and operated, Heinlein has been in business for more than 50 years, offering mattresses and furniture from Lazy Boy, Ashley, England, Serta, and more. More information at HeinleinHomeFurnishings.com.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Planet Sub on 4th Street next to Student Body. Planet Sub opens at 10:30 every morning and offers a variety of oven-baked subs, cookies, and soups, and is also available for catering. More information at facebook.com/Planet Sub Maryville.
Northwest with it out of the timeout, trailing 44-40. Emporia State on a 6-0 run right now. Hudgens spins into the lane, kicks it out front. Waters passes up the 3, drives to the free throw line. Back right side, Hudgens drives on Buchanan. Hands off for Abreu with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Free throw line fadeaway jumper comes up short. Shot clock sounds and the ball right back to Emporia State. Northwest trailing by 4, 44-40. Diego Bernard checked in during that last break, playing with 3 fouls. Now Wes Dreamer on the floor as Waters goes to the bench, and Dreamer also playing with 3 fouls. Trey Buchanan across midcourt. Looks left side, Evans. Back to Buchanan between the circles, working a screen by Boom into the right corner, McGuire. Out front right side, Buchanan. Directing traffic, the lobs it left side. Finds Turner into the lane, back right side. McGuire drives the baseline, lays it up, misses the layup, and Abreu comes away with the rebound for Northwest. Outlet Hudgens. He'll take it across midcourt. Off the right side. Now accelerates through the lane. As he goes through the lane, a reach-in foul coming up on Emporia State. And this will go on Caden Evans, picking up his first foul. 5th team foul. Northwest inbound baseline right. Diego Bernard will inbound. Bernard right now with 8 points as he lobs the inbound to Mustakis. Mustakis posting up with Buchanan, spins right, gets Buchanan up in the air, and a nice little pivot move, lays it off the glass and in. Nice move by Luke Mustakis as Northwest pulls within 2, 44-42, and that ends a 6-0 run. 13:27 left in this game. Buchanan to the front court right side. Fakes left, goes right, pulls up inside the arc, out front right side, Boom, now to Buchanan, looks left side, Evans, bounce pass low, left for Boom, posting up with Abreu. 9 on the shot clock. Boom, dribbling into the lane, spins, once left side shot, misses. They'll get to the free throw line. And let's see who this goes, and that's going to go on Diego, and that's number 4 on Diego. Big foul as Diego in foul trouble here. And that will get Byron Alexander off the bench and into the game for Northwest. Diego going over to the sideline. Boom going to the line. Shooting 2. First one is good. 13 points for Boom. He's a player who grew 11 inches from 8th grade to his senior year in high school. Back to the line, trying to increase the Emporia State lead, and he does. Knocks down both free throws. A 46-42 Hornet lead over Northwest. 13:04 left. Into the front court left side. Hudgens finds Mustakas out front. Now to Abreu. Out front, Alexander. Left side, Dreamer to Hudgens. Hudgens off the left wing. Dribbles out front. Drives on McGuire. Down the lane underneath the bucket. Bounce pass right corner. Dreamer from three-point range. Got it. That's Wes's first 3 of the game and first field goal of the game. He had a couple of free throws back in the first half, and it's a 46-45 game. The Hornets by 1. Out front right side, Buchanan to the top of the key. Looks high post left, Turner. He's guarded by Abreu. Turner, free throw line. Dribbles and takes the fadeaway jumper. Too hard. Long rebound at the free throw line. Hudgens for Northwest. He'll take it across midcourt right side. Into the right corner, Dreamer. Out front, finds Abreu. Daniel surveys the scene. Guarded by Buchanan now. Backs down the lane with the dribble. Finds cutting the bucket. Alexander in a foul. As Alexander went up with a shot, fouled by Jamari Turner, and that's number 3 on Turner.
And somehow Byron cut across the lane all by himself. Daniel found him, and by the time Turner got there, well, too late.
Alexander going to the free throw line to shoot 2. So of 1 at the line. And Alexander this season a 59% shooter on the season. And Coach Craig Doty a little bit animated on the sideline, talking with one of the officials.
He's emphatic that it was a foul on the floor. The official's going to talk this over and say it is a shooting foul.
Doty picked up a technical late in the game against Missouri Western on Saturday evening. Alexander at the line, shooting 2. First one good. Four points for Alexander, ties the game up at 46. Mustakas to the sideline, and Waters back in for Northwest. Looks so far for 7 points coming into this one. Getting a start tonight, and second free throw, Alexander good. 47-46, Northwest has regained the lead. 11:59 left in the game. Out top is Boom. Looking inside, nothing there. Back out left side for Turner. Picked up by Abreu. Turner spins into the lane. Back pedals with the dribble with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Long 3 with the left hand. It's good.
Man, he had Abreu's hand right in his face, too. That's a tough shot.
His first 3 of the game, 7 points total, and that gives the Hornets a 49-47 lead. 11 and a half minutes left in the game. Hudgens out front right side, Alexander to the right wing, Abreu. Drives and finds Dreamer, who pops out top of the key. West dribbles right sideline, goes cross court left for Abreu. Pass in the left corner, Hudgens from three-point range. Rims around out, rebound. Alexander, ball caroms into the lane for Waters, back out top of Abreu. And he'll bring it back out. Northwest sets up the offense. Alexander on the left wing. Picked up by Buchanan as he dribbles low post left side. Now into lane through a double team. Ball loose and a foul off the jump stop into lane. And this will go on Mayan Boom, number 3 on Boom.
And it's pretty clear to me. We're almost 30 minutes into this ball game. Whoever gets it is going to try to back in and post up on Trey Buchanan. The Bearcats really want to expose that. That time, Boom coming over to help out, picked up the 3rd foul.
17th foul on Emporia State. Both teams right now with 17 fouls. Alexander on the front end of a 1-1. Good. So Alexander knocking down some free throws, makes it a 49-48 game. Northwest Missouri State trailing. 6 points for Alexander so far on the evening. Make it 7 as he hits the second free throw. Tied up at 49, 10:54 left in the game. Turner to the top of the key, just dribbles down, takes a 3, misses the mark. Wide left, goes out of bounds, and the ball belongs to Northwest.
That's a rare bad miss for a young man that's such a good shooter like that.
Turner coming into this game, 35% on threes this season. He's hit 38 on the year, but like a field goal kicker that time, just went wide left with it. Air ball, and the ball belongs to Northwest.
We're sitting across the way from Ryan Welty, a pretty good sharpshooter in his days for Northwest Missouri State. And Ryan just has a smile on his face like, didn't happen often, but I kind of know the feeling.
Abreu over on the right side, out between the circles. Dreamer looks inside, nothing there. Back to Abreu on the right wing. Now to the free throw line, through the lane, leans in, the right-hander push shot is good. Strong aggressive move to the bucket by Daniel Abreu. Northwest in front, 51-49. 10-20 left. Bearcat fans making noise this evening. Buchanan across the timeline. Dribbling on the Bearcat logo as Emporia State now breaks out of it and dribbles right side. Cross court left side pass McGuire into the left corner. Evans left wide open, takes the three and makes the Bearcats pay. His first bucket of the game from that left corner, left wide open. The Hornets up 52-51. 9:50 left. Abreu out to the top of the key. Dreamer lobs it low right for Alexander. Shot fake as a dribble strip loose. Buchanan dives after, slides toward the sideline and gets a pass away. And here comes Evans across the timeline to the right side. Out between the circles is McGuire. To Buchanan, nearly lost it on the sideline. Dribble top of the key to the free throw line. Right side Evans, a long bomb right in front of his head coach, knocks it in. And Evans, who's been quiet up to this point, hits two big threes, and it's a 55-51 Hornet lead over Northwest and a timeout Northwest. 9:19 left in the game. Northwest Missouri State trailing Emporia State 55-51. We'll be back and have more for you right after this timeout on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media app.
Today's game is underwritten by State Farm agents Kerry Myers and Kevin Neal in Maryville and Nick Kodeman in St. Joe, providing life, auto, and homeowners insurance and financial services. More at 562-3882, 582-3512, or insurewithnick.com.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Bearcat Booster Club, impacting every Northwest student athlete by providing a source of funds to improve athletic equipment for teams and programs. Membership information is available at bearcatsports.com.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network is provided by the Monks of Conception Abbey, praising God and serving the Northwest Missouri community since 1873 through ministries within the Abbey Guest Center, Conception Seminary College, and the Printery House. More at conceptionabbey.org.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Pitzenberger Auto Body in Maryville, providing auto collision repair and taking the dents out of accidents. Pitzenberger's also installs ultimate truck bed liners. More at 660-582-4599 or facebook.com/Pitts Body Shop.
Support for the Bearcats comes from SureAg LLC in Forest City. Rich Paxton and the SureAg team provide the region with fertilizer, chemicals, and other farm supplies. More info on SureAg products and service at 660-446-3376.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from Tiffany Care Centers. Their 6 locations offer short and long-term rehab, 24-hour skilled nursing care, respite care, as well as one-on-one speech, occupational, and physical therapy. More at tiffanycare.com.
55-51, Northwest trailing Emporia State, 9-10 left. Cats with the ball, left side Hudgens. He'll bring it out between the circles. Drives past Evans through the lane. Kicks it out front right. Wide open Mascari from three-point range. A little too hard. Rebound Thiessen, who checked in during the timeout for the Hornets. Out it comes to Buchanan, left side. Baseline left. Van Dyke pass tipped by Dreamer. Picked up at the free throw line by Waters for Northwest. Now to Hudgens. He'll take it across midcourt right side. Hutch has been held scoreless in this second half. Dribbles right, sets up, wants the three. Good, nothing but net. And Trevor pulls Northwest within one, 55-54. Hudgens with 14 points tonight. Across the timeline goes Buchanan. Looks and finds Turner. Out front right side, Brendan Van Dyke playing with 3 fouls. Turner, guarded by Dreamer, who's playing with 3 fouls. Fakes left, goes right. Right baseline jumper, got it. Nothing but that. Nice touch that time by Jamari Turner. As he had Dreamer all over him, Turner goes into double figures with 10. It's a 57-54 Hornet lead over Northwest. Now across midcourt right side, Hudgens, guarded by the freshman Caden Evans. Dribbles right side. Here's another three. Rims around, out. Rebound Buchanan underneath the bucket for the Hornets. Outlet goes to Turner on the fast break. Pulls up to the right wing. Now drives on, wanders through the lane to the bucket. Shot off the glass won't go. Rebound out of bounds, and it'll belong to Northwest. I think you have to credit West Dreamer, too, for sliding over on that drive to the bucket, making it a tougher shot.
We got a timeout.
And we got a timeout. Northwest will have it coming out of this break. The Emporia State Hornets up on Northwest 57-54. We'll be back in 90 seconds on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media app.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from Mosaic Medical Center, Maryville, a proud supporter of Northwest Missouri State University, providing sports medicine services for Bearcat athletics. More information at mymlc.com/Maryville. Support for today's game comes from Compass Dental Group, introducing Dr. Spencer Twaddle to the office at East Summit Drive as he joins Drs. Bruce Twaddle and Brian Viertaler. Compass Dental Group proudly supports Bearcat athletics. More information is at compassdentalgroup.com.
Support for today's game comes from the Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, promoting Show Me Zero, a plan to eliminate fatalities and injuries on Missouri roads, encouraging drivers to buckle up, put the phone down, slow down, and don't drive impaired. For more, visit SaveMoLives.com.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Consumers Oil Company in Maryville. Consumers has been supporting farmers in Northwest Missouri since 1928 by providing grain merchandising, tire, and agronomy services. More information at consumersoilmaryville.com.
Today's game is underwritten by the Northwest Foundation, providing support for the Northwest Alumni Association and the university's funding needs since 1971. More information is available on Facebook or at nwmissouri.edu/foundation.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Sonic, serving guests for more than 60 years. The entire breakfast and dinner menu is available all day, along with more than 1 million drink and slush combinations. Sonic is at 721 South Main in Maryville and has 4 locations in St. Joseph.
57-54, Emporia State, 7:44 left in the game. Hudgens will take it across midcourt right side, met by Evans. He goes with a bounce pass to Diego Bernard, back out there playing with 4 fouls. Abreu at the top of the key. Left side, Hudgens. Drives past Evans. Little shot fake. It's Evans up the air. Now goes left side for Abreu. Left baseline. Guarded by Buchanan. Spins past Buchanan. As he does, a bump and a foul. This will go on Emporia State. And Trey Buchanan picks up his first foul. 8th team foul on the Hornets. And the Cats going to the free throw line. Daniel Abreu will step to the line for the first time tonight. Daniel this season is an 82% shooter from the line, 31 of 38. Abreu 7 points so far. So the crowd goes quiet, eyes the bucket, front end of the 1-and-1, nothing but net. 57-55, Northwest to within 2. 7:21 left in the game. Ready for the second opportunity for Daniel. And the right-hander will put this one up and in. Northwest down by 1, 57-56, 7:17 left. Buchanan to the top of the key, dribbles left side on Hudgens. Now drives to the free throw line. High dribble with the right hand to the right baseline into double team with Dreamer. Kicks it out top for Evans. Now right side Turner. Dribbles inside the arc, down the lane right side to the top of the key. Van Dyke drives the lane. Dishes low, left side Thiessen up at the shot. Missed as Dreamer and Abreu was there on the defense, and a held ball as Waters comes up with it. And the possession now will give it to Emporia State. Players sliding on the floor there. The official will try to get the floor dried up just a bit.
Well, that was a nice job by Dreamer and Abreu to step in there to not only contest but get a piece of that ball as Thiessen went up. And I think Thiessen was asking where the foul was, and the official saying it was a clean block by Northwest. But the ball will stay here with Emporia.
Tamari Turner now trying to assist with getting the floor dried. Officials for tonight's game: Willie Beeman, Greg Galata, and Corey Gilpin. Buchanan to inbound baseline right. There's 5 seconds on the shot clock before the inbound comes. Mayan Boom in for the Hornets, as Thiessen will go to the sideline. So Coach Craig Doty substituting in a 6'10 player for a 6'10 player. And now the officials are coming over to the monitor.
I wonder if they're going to look to see if that ball might have found a way to catch a part of the heel of the rim there, or the base of it as it was blocked, and stayed in play. Because otherwise it'd be 5 seconds on the shot clock. I think Emporia would like a little more time to work with here.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from the Palms, making its return this spring. The Palms will feature a new bar and grill menu, a new dining area, and new ownership with the same Maryville tradition. The Palms reopening in March. I believe they're going to keep it 5 seconds on the shot clock. Bearcats, after a quick huddle with head coach Ben McCollum, they have on the floor Diego Bernard, again playing with 4 fouls. Trevor Hudgens, Daniel Abreu, Luke Waters, and also Wes Dreamer. Buchanan to inbound for the Hornets. Lobs it, and an alley-oop attempt goes down as a lob on the inbound goes to Brendan Van Dyke, and he drops it in. That's a tough play on the inbound. 59-56, Hornets with the lead. Waters to the left baseline on Boom, into the left corner. Abreu dribbles inside the arc now through the lane, kicks it out front. Dreamer between the circles. Abreu trying to find someone, as now we'll go with the dribble right side. Out front, Dreamer open, a long three at the top, short. Rebound, Van Dyke clears the rebound for the Hornets, and an outlet goes Buchanan. He'll take it across midcourt from our left to our right with 6:20 left. Northwest down 59-56. Largest lead for the Bearcats tonight's been 8 points. The largest lead for Emporia has been 6. Turner takes a long three out front, rims around, out, and the rebound, Diego Bernard for Northwest. Cats with a chance to tie it up with a three this trip down. Bernard with the dribble to the left wing. Down the lane left he goes, underneath the bucket with the dribble. Now back out right side. Finds White open. Wes Dreamer will slam it down with 2 hands.
So much focus on Diego with whether he might go for the reverse layup, but then he kind of brought it back out and might have that patented hanging jump shot. Instead, he just kind of whipped that underneath, and Dreamer the easy dunk.
Pass to within 1, 59-58. Evans off the right side. Out front, Van Dyke. Between the circles, Boom. Left side, Buchanan. Hooks the pass to Van Dyke off the left wing. Now Boom left open top the key as they give him room to Buchanan to the right baseline. Cut off into double team. Van Dyke right side. Long three on the way. Rims around and out, and the rebound, Diego Bernard for Northwest.
First miss of the night for Brendan Van Dyke. 8 of 9 now.
59-58. Northwest with a chance to take the lead on this possession. Hudgens to the free throw line. Left side, Dreamer. He's guarded by Van Dyke. Dribbles into the lane. Off the right side, low post. Moves up with a shot, banks it, and hits it over Van Dyke. And Dreamer in double figures at 10, and the Cats have regained the lead. 60-59 with 4:50 left. Buchanan across the timeline, top the key, dribbles left side. Pulls up, long three on the way, off the back of the rim. The long rebound right side. Evans from long range. That one rims around and out. Abreu trying for the rebound. It's tipped out to the top. Turner as those reach in by Diego, and Diego will turn his head right to the bench. He'll pick up his 5th foul.
And Coach Mack immediately puts his head down and heads toward the baseline and regroups and heads back toward midcourt. We've got a timeout on the floor, but so many opportunities there for Emporia State. They couldn't can one, but they still have the ball, and free throws on the way.
4:33 left. Northwest holding on to a 1-point lead, 60-59 over Emporia State. Back in a minute on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media app.
Support for Bearcat Radio comes from Northwest Missouri Regional Credit Union, serving the area since 1933. The credit union offers in-house decisions on auto and recreational loans within 1 business day and electronic signatures on loan documents. Northwest Missouri Regional Credit Union, today, tomorrow, together.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from Rogers Pharmacy in Maryville, St. Joseph, Mount City, and Tarkio. The Rogers family has been providing Northwest Missouri families with pharmacy services, medical supplies, and home medical equipment since 1967. More online at rogersrx.com.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from Walker Body Shop and Towing at 420 North Market Street in Maryville. Celebrating more than 50 years in business, Walker's provides complete collision repair and 24-hour towing for cars and trucks. More at 660-582-3104.
Today's game is brought to you by East Hill Shopping Center in St. Joseph, now offering retail and entertainment spaces for startups, seasonal businesses, and beyond. For more information, shop easthills.com. East Hills, a proud supporter of the Bearcats.
Cats up by 1, 60-59 with 4:33 left in what has been a battle at Bearcat Arena tonight with Matt Tritton. I'm John Coffey. Northwest Missouri State is led by as many as 8. That was with the 14:51 left in the first half. Emporia State had a 6-point lead, and that was with 3:43 left in the first half. It's been back and forth throughout much of this one. Northwest holding on to that 1-point lead, but Diego Bernard picked up his 5th foul, went to the sideline. That was the 8th team foul on Northwest. So at the free throw line for the Hornets goes to Mari Turner to shoot a 1-and-1. It's Turner's first trip to the line tonight, and he knocks down the front end of what will be 2 now. 11 points for Turner. Turner, an 88% shooter at the free throw line. Part of that guard tandem that's so very good for Emporia State. Here's the second free throw, and that one's good. 1-point lead for the Hornets now, 61-60, 4:32 left. Hudgens across midcourt, met by Evans. Dribbles left side. Now out near the top of the key. Drives to the right and a whistle and a foul coming up here. And this one will go out. Will go on Gage McGuire away from the ball. That'll be Gage's 2nd foul. And this sends Dreamer to the free throw line as the two were kind of going at it inside.
And Dreamer just trying to pull away and get himself open there. McGuire had him tied up. That's a pretty easy call for the officials.
So Dreamer going to the line. With that being the 9th team foul, will shoot a 1-and-1. He's 2 of 2 at the line. And this free throw is good. 11 points so far for West tonight. West, a good free throw shooter at 84%. And here's the second for the right-hander. That one rolls in. He's 4 of 4 at the line.
And when things got quiet there, Craig Doty, head coach for Emporia State, shouted something that the entire arena heard. And he just got a warning from the officials that he is very close to a technical right now. At 1-point ball game, you can't afford that.
I wouldn't think so. 62-61. Northwest Missouri State up with 4:21 left in the game. Tamari Turner across the timeline, met by Waters out front. Dribbles right side, working screen by Van Dyke. Now dribbling between the legs on Abreu off the right wing. Lost the handle on the dribble, ball loose on the floor. It caroms away, and I think we'll have a timeout or a held ball here. Looks like a timeout coming up by Emporia State, but we'll have to see if they were awarded that timeout.
A foul on Northwest, I think.
A foul coming up on Isaiah Jackson.
And, of course, that's a tough one. Northwest fans on the Bearcat bench don't like it. But the fact that it's a loose ball that both teams are rolling around, they're arguing that should be fair game.
Isaiah picks up his 2nd foul, and that has Coach Ben McCullum not happy about that call. 62-61, Northwest holding on to the 1-point lead, and back to the free throw line is Turner. And he's a guy, if you're a Bearcat fan, you don't want to see at the free throw line. Very good shooter. Northwest by 1, 62-61. The left-hander spins the ball, takes the free throw, nothing but net. That's 13 points for Jamari. Transfer from Rochester Community and Tech College. Ties the game up at 62 with 4:04 left. Here's the second free throw, and he knocks down that one. 1-point lead for the Hornets now, 63-62. Again, the team's trading leads here with 4 minutes left. Hudgens across the timeline. Dribbles left side, getting a screen by Jackson. Buchanan to pick up Hudgens. He steps back, wants the long 3 at the top of the key. Good! And it's a 65-63 Northwest lead. 3:42 left in the game. Out front with the dribble, Turner down the lane. This is baseline wide open. Boom with the two-handed slam. 16 points for Boom, having a big game. 65-65. Northwest and Emporia State tied up. Now with 3:26 left. Across the timeline, left side, Hudgens. Out between the circles, dribbles right. Spreading out the offense for Northwest. Hudgens at the top. Now Boom steps out to pick him up. Drives to the top of the key. Looks right side, Dreamer, who dribbles to the elbow, right side, spins into the lane, dribble nearly stolen. Dreamer has it on the floor, and a whistle. And what we have coming up here,
I think Brendan Van Dyke's going to get called for a foul.
Similar to what happened at the other end just a moment ago, Van Dyke this time will pick up his 4th foul.
And Coach McCollum just walked toward midcourt, looked at Craig Doty and said something and kind of pointed to where the Isaiah Jackson loose ball foul was. And it's like both guys agreed that both are loose ball fouls that probably shouldn't have been called. And it's kind of rare you see two coaches come together to agree that both calls they didn't agree with.
As they wipe up some perspiration off the floor, we're tied up at 65, and Wes Dreamer just kind of pacing around waiting to shoot free throws. That's the 10th team foul on the Hornets, so Wes will have 2 coming his way here with 3:04 left.
It's a tough play for Brendan Van Dyke, too, because he was making a good defensive play, knocking that one loose and getting after it on the floor.
The knee bend, the free throw, rattles around and in. It'll look like nothing but net in the box score and gives the Bearcats a 1-point lead, 66-65. Seitz shoots and hits. 67-65, Northwest Missouri State in front, 3:01 left in the game as Buchanan dribbles across the timeline, immediately calls a timeout as head coach Craig Doty wants to talk things over for the Hornets. Again, 2:59 left. It's the Bearcats 67, Northwest and Emporia State 65. We'll be back right after this 30-second timeout on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media app.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network is provided by Twaddle Realty in Maryville. Broker Brian Twaddle's provided real estate services to the area for over 25 years. More information is available at 562-7562 or twaddlerealty.com.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from Tiffany Care Centers. Their 6 locations offer short and long-term rehab, 24-hour skilled nursing care, respite care, as well as one-on-one speech, occupational, and physical therapy. More at tiffanycare.com.
2:59 left in this game. Northwest clinging to a 67-65 lead over Emporia State. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Bearcat Radio Network.
You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on KXCV Maryville, KRNW Chillicothe, the flagship stations of the Bearcat Radio Network.
Out of the Emporia timeout, the Hornets will inbound right in front of their bench to our right. They're wearing their black uniforms with the white numerals and trim, and the Bearcats in their home white with the green numerals and trim. Off the left side, Turner with 19 seconds on the shot clock. Evans, top of the key, back to Turner, left side. Steps back, thought about the 3. Waters is there on the defense. Now to Evans, left side with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Picked up by Jackson, dribbles past Jackson through the lane to the bucket. Banks it, misses it. The putback by Boom won't go, but a whistle and a foul inside. This looks to be a foul on Northwest as Boom went for the rebound.
And they're going to wave it off, say it was on the floor, but that's a 10th foul for Northwest, so 2 free throws regardless for Boom.
And for Wes Dreamer, picks up his 4th foul, getting Boom to the free throw line. Boom 6 of 9 at the line tonight. 71% shooter on the year. Officials clarifying to the scores table who the foul was on. Boom, a 6'10", 214-pound freshman out of Lincoln, Nebraska, and Lincoln Southwest. Free throw, good, nothing but net. He has 17 points. 2 away from his career high. And that one is good. It's that one, and it's now a 67-67 game. Northwest Missouri State and Emporia State tied up. Across the timeline off the right side with the dribble goes Hudgens. Now to Waters out between the circles. It's Abreu. Back to Hudgens on the left side. Drives left to the bucket. Kicks it into the right side for Isaiah Jackson. He'll dribble into the lane. Expires the dribble as Abreu comes by. Takes it off the glass and good on the drive to the bucket. Abreu with 11 points gives Northwest the 2-point lead, 69-67 with 2 minutes left.
A couple of young players didn't freak out there, kept their calm, and Isaiah Jackson just handed off, and Abreu got the finish.
Out front, Turner, guarded by Waters. Between the circles with the dribble. Bounce pass. High post right. Van Dyke to Buchanan left side. Through the lane he goes. Bounce pass back to Van Dyke. Two-handed slam. Whistle on the floor. And I think a foul coming up on Abreu. Let's see if we're going to count the bucket or not. I think they will count the slam dunk and a foul on Northwest. Van Dyke with the slam dunk. Abreu picks up his third foul. And now, with the free throw coming, Emporia State could take the lead. We're tied at 69. Van Dyke, though, only a 56% shooter on the year at the free throw line. First trip to the line tonight, free throw good. He'll go to the sideline as Gage McGuire comes in with 1:43 left and a 1-point Hornet lead over Northwest. Hudgens taking the inbound from Isaiah Jackson, goes across midcourt right side. Evans gives him a bit of room. 1.5 minutes left in the game. Hudgens looks right. Isaiah Jackson will bring it out between the circles. Evans picks him up now to Hudgens left side, guarded by Buchanan. Shot clock down to 6 seconds. Hudgens steps back, thought about the three, and a bump and a foul as Buchanan, with his momentum going into Hudgens, and Buchanan will pick up the foul. That'll be number 2 on Buchanan.
And that was so close to being a shooting foul as well. Trevor is still on his feet there, and the officials coming out saying that was on the floor. So it's only 2 free throws, but still a couple big ones here coming up for one of the best free throw shooters in the country.
Hudgens coming in, shooting over 91% at the free throw line. Started the week 10th in the nation at the free throw line. A left-handed shooter. A free throw here is good. That's 18 points for Trevor. Ties the game up at 70. McGuire to the sideline and Van Dyke back in. And situational substitutions for Coach Greg Doty, with Van Dyke having 4 fouls. Now the free throw on the way for Trevor, and that one's good. 71-70, Northwest by 1 with 1:13 left. Cats could use a defensive stop this trip down. Bearcat fans realize that as well. They come to their feet. Van Dyke hands off Buchanan off the right wing. Drives down the lane as he's fouled on. And this looks to go on Hudgens this time, as Trevor will pick up his second foul.
Well, the foreshadowing there, John, we'll worry about 11 minutes left in the game, and he kind of said right there, we got a lot of free throws on the way. We do. Northwest has already shot 16. The Bearcats 15 of 16 at the line. Emporia State 15 of 20 with a couple coming right here.
Buchanan's first one good.
I think for Northwest looking at it too, that's the leading scorer in the country. One more free throw here, but he has 8 points in the ball game. But for the Hornets, I mean, they've had so many of the guys step up and hit some big shots in this one.
And Buchanan hits the second. Not only is he a good shooter from outside, also a very good free throw shooter. Knocks down both there and gives the Hornets a 1-point lead, 72-71. Under a minute left. Hudgens across midcourt to the top of the key. Dribbles off the right side, guarded by Buchanan. Northwest getting a few players off that left side lining up as Hudgens will drive to the free throw line. Finds Abreu left sideline. Daniel down the lane left with the dribble. Guarded by Boom as he dribbles to the left corner now. Thought about the long three. Bounce pass Hudgens cutting through the lane. Up with a shot. High off the glass. Won't go. Fight for the board. Tipped a couple times out of bounds, and it should belong to Emporia State, and it does. So that's a tough trip down the floor for Northwest, coming up empty with 32.1 seconds left, and the Hornets up by 1, 72-71.
They just couldn't grasp that offensive board. I think Isaiah Jackson, the last person to touch it, but a lot of size in there for Emporia State to bring that down around.
Full court pressure out of the Bearcats as Buchanan looks to inbound. 32.1 seconds left. Buchanan on the baseline. Gets the inbound. Goes to Evans, the freshman, with the dribble. Guarded by Waters in the backcourt. Now in the double team. Lobs it all the way into front court right side for Van Dyke. Bumped by Wes Dreamer, and that should be number 5 on Wes.
And Wes wasn't necessarily trying to get that one. I think he stumbled just a bit, called for the foul, and that'll be the evening for him.
22.9 seconds left. Northwest down by 1, 72-71. Luke Moustakas in the game for Wes. Mascari looking to check in as well, and he'll take the place of Isaiah Jackson. So Brendan Van Dyke to the free throw line. Van Dyke is 1 of 1 at the line, but again, one of the poorer free throw shooters on this team at 56%. the knee bend, the free throw, and it's good. And he's come up big today. 23 points total. Gives the Hornets a 2-point lead, 73-71 with 22.9 seconds left. The knee bend, the free throw, and that one is good.
Timeout, Emporia State.
Emporia calls a timeout with 22.9 seconds left. Northwest down 74-71 to the Hornets. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media.
Bearcat Radio is brought to you by the National Investors Team, Arjo Smith, Greg Wilson, and Pat Marks. Arjo and his team have been providing retirement, estate, and elder care planning to Bearcat Country for 45 years.
Today's broadcast is underwritten by Tri-State Ford Lincoln on South Main in Maryville, providing a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs to customers across the Midwest, along with a service department and vehicle detailing on site. For more information, TriStateFordMaryville.com. And back at Bearcat Arena, Northwest trailing Emporia State 74-71. We were talking a little bit earlier, Brendan Van Dyke's having a big offensive game, 24 points. His career high was 16 earlier this year against Baker.
And that's just crazy to see what he's coming out and doing. Not that he's not a great athlete, a guy that can come out and score in bunches, just the fact that you go from 16 to all of a sudden you're here playing against a top 10 team on the road, and he's already put up well over 20. He's only missed one shot all night. You mentioned he's struggled on the free throw line. He's come up clutch, so it's been a big coming out party here for Brendan Van Dyke.
Actually, that 16 points against Baker back in the 2020 season. 74-71, the Hornets in front of the Bearcats as Northwest will inbound, facing some full court pressure here. Cats need a bucket in the worst way as they trail 74-71. Hudgens across the timeline. 18 seconds left in the game. Dribbles right side on Buchanan. Pass Buchanan to the right baseline underneath the bucket. Finds Luke Waters. Waters with 10 seconds. Gives it right back to Hudgens. Hudgens three-pointer on the left side on the way. Rattles around. Out. Rebound. Waters trying to kick it back out and a foul with 3.3 seconds left.
I think they're going to tag this one on Jamari Turner for Emporia State. So 3.3 left. Obviously a tight spot here for Northwest. As do you hit a couple free throws and get the quick foul? Do you make one and then try to miss the second, get the rebound?
Luke going to the line. It's his first trip to the line tonight. 7 points all coming in the first half. Northwest trailing 74-71. Front end of the free throws here is good.
And also, Trevor Hudgens got a three-point attempt off that was heavily guarded. Somehow made that one close. I mean, it was an impressive look to get it that close despite having Guy all over him. So a tough one there, but Luke still one more free throw.
3.3 seconds left in the game. 74-72. Northwest Missouri State trailing a timeout here. We'll keep it right here. Again, with 3.3 seconds left. Northwest trying to avoid a two-game losing streak here after losing by 1 to Washburn on Saturday. Losing that game 60-59 on that last-second three-pointer by Tyler Nelson. And here down by 2, 74-72 with 3.3 seconds left to Emporia State, a team that defeated Northwest earlier this year in Emporia, Kansas, as they won that matchup 75-56. Coach Craig Doty trying to pick up his second win against the Bearcats.
The Northwest has played 217 games since losing back-to-back contests. That was back December 18th and 20th in 2015. So it's been a long time, and there's still hope. 3.3 seconds left.
Waters going to the line. Northwest down by 2. Just like the first of the two at this trip to the line. Luke eyes the bucket, banks it off the backboard, didn't hit the rim. And it caroms out of bounds. It'll belong to Emporia State.
And obviously they're just trying to get that one to directly up the front of the rim, right back to him, and try to get that putback. Couldn't get it, so the Bearcats are going to have to foul immediately if they can't get a quick steal.
74-72. Emporia State with the lead over Northwest. A timeout. 3.3 seconds left. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media.
Support for today's game comes from Heinlein Home Furnishings on South Main in Maryville. Locally owned and operated, Heinlein has been in business for more than 50 years, offering mattresses and furniture from Lazy Boy, Ashley, England, Serta, and more. More information at HeinleinHomeFurnishings.com. Support for today's game comes from Compass Dental Group, introducing Dr. Spencer Twaddle to the office at East Summit Drive as he joins Drs. Bruce Twaddle and Brian Viertaller. Compass Dental Group proudly supports Bearcat Athletics. More information is online at compassdentalgroup.com.
74-72, Emporia State with the lead over Northwest, a game that's gone back and forth throughout this one. Right now, Emporia State looking to inbound against full court pressure out of Northwest. Cats need a steal off this inbound as Caden Evans will inbound. Looks and gets a quick inbound to Buchanan, foul from behind by Isaiah Jackson, stopping the clock at 2.6 seconds left.
2.6, plenty of time. Just need Trey Buchanan to go 1 of 2 at the line here.
That's a big ask for Buchanan as he goes to the line, an 85% shooter this year.
I think this is where Northwest has to call on the pep band to do their work. Pep band kind of, due to COVID protocol, spread out a little bit behind that standard there on the right side of the floor.
Buchanan going to the line, 2.6 seconds left. The first one goes, nothing but net. 10 points for Buchanan tonight. Cats overall have done a good job defending him, but it's now a 75-72 Hornet lead. Moustakas and Mascari into the game as Jackson and Alexander go to the sideline and another timeout. Bearcats want a timeout, 2.6 seconds left. Northwest trailing Emporia State 75-72. Back after this 30-second timeout on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media app.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Bearcat Booster Club, impacting every Northwest student athlete by providing a source of funds to improve athletic equipment for teams and programs. Membership information is available at bearcatsports.com.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Pitts & Berger Body Shop in Maryville, serving the area for more than 30 years. Pitts & Berger offers major to minor auto collision repair, including auto glass replacement, paintless dent removal, and motorcycle repair. For more information, facebook.com/Pitts Body Shop.
There's a 36-36 game at halftime. Right now, a 75-72 game with Emporia State in front of Northwest with 2.6 seconds left.
You mentioned the Bearcats have slowed down Trey Buchanan scoring-wise. The leading scorer in the country coming in has just 10 points. One more free throw on the way. 2 of 7 from the field. He's impacted the game other ways. 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. He's played all 40 minutes of this one, so he's a good player out there. A guy transferring into the program, his only year with Emporia State. Has a chance to put this one on ice if he can make one more free throw.
And I think one of the things that goes unnoticed with Buchanan, with what he does offensively, is that he's a pretty good defender.
Yeah, he's a guy that's aggressive, physical. We've seen him dive after balls on the floor today, too, so he puts it all out there.
75-72, Emporia State in front of Northwest. Trey Buchanan going right back to the free throw line. Right-handed shooter, free throw, hits and rolls around and drops in, so he hits the shot. And now a 76-72 game. Abreu with the long pass at midcourt for Hudgens. Hudgens pulls up, wants the long three as the buzzer sounds, knocks it down as he hits the three. But it won't be enough as Northwest Missouri State will lose this one as the Hornets will sweep the regular season series with Northwest. Final score, Emporia State 73 and Northwest Missouri State 72 as the Bearcats lose for the second straight time and lose for the second straight time by 1 point.
It doesn't happen often. 217 games between back-to-back losses for Northwest going back to 2015. But it's one of those things that sitting here still at 23-5. There is still a whole lot of basketball ahead for this Bearcat team. So regroup and be ready to go on the road Wednesday.
So the final score, it's Emporia State 76, Northwest Missouri State 75. We'll be back and have more for you right after this timeout on the Bearcat Radio Network and Bearcat Public Media app.
Support for the Bearcats comes from Northwest Cell on South Main in Maryville, celebrating 30 years of service. Along with nationwide coverage, Northwest Cell offers a wide selection of features, including unlimited plans. For more details on plans and devices, nwmcell.com.
Support for the Bearcat Radio Network comes from